Today is Friday, so that means we are going to the Scranton Farmers Market. My dad actually just left with the big truck to head up there. My mom is at our home farm market. She has to work there from like 7 to 6, which is all day long. And I'm back home here on the farm myself. Well, I shouldn't really say myself. I have Daisy and Lily, our 2 dogs, and then Francisco, Eric, and Marcus are out in the field right now. They're picking red beets. I gave them 4 baskets to pick. While we were loading this morning, they picked all of this as well, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 red and 3 green. And then they also just got back with 8 baskets of eggplant. The onions were already here. So the red beets are right out there. That's what they'll be for the next little bit. And I'm gonna head down and feed the cows, pick some cabbage for mom for the farm market, maybe some broccoli and some kale. If you haven't been keeping up with the past couple of videos, we have now finally got some rain, which is much needed. So we don't have to irrigate no more. We've actually been getting rain for the past couple days, like right in a row. So we've had over an inch of rain, which is awesome. Basically that should get us through the season now, because with the cooler nights, and I think the days are getting shorter, don't quote me on that, stuff just isn't growing as much, it's not using as much water. But first things first, the cows are hungry, so they gotta get fed. This is our barn. We used to have cows in here all year long, but now we have a pasture and we just don't raise as many cattle. And so this is all empty. This was all old stanchions that we used to have for our milk cows, which obviously we haven't had those in like 25, 30 years, something like that. But the only thing we do come in here for now is the chop. We have a chop room, which is where we keep the cows' feed up top. Then we open the chute, drop it down into this chop cart, which is what we call it, and then we can feed out of here. And this is what the chop looks like, which is kind of hard to see because it's dark. But that's a mixture of corn, soybean meal, and oats, and other minerals. Just really good. Give it to the cows morning and night, helps fatten them up. We have 1 duck left. It is not named. If you want to name it, or you want me to name it, leave some comments down below and maybe that'll be the duck's new name. He's been here for years and years. Right now it's kind of muddy because we've had all the rain, and he loves to come back after the cows are done eating and eat all the corn and giblets underneath the trough there. So he'll just sit back for a couple minutes. If I get time today, which I haven't had a lot lately, I want to pick the chestnuts. We have 2 chestnut trees. That one over there, which is right next to a pear tree. There's actually 2 over there. There's a pear tree and 2 chestnut trees, which have been there since I can ever remember. And then this one, me and my brother planted, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And it's actually doing really well. It's just we didn't know we were putting a pasture in here when we planted it. And now it's gonna soon get to the point where it's so big, we're not gonna be able to open our pasture door, and that's gonna be an issue. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it has finally, these past 2-3 years, been starting to put on some nice chestnuts. Well, that one's actually small, but that's a pretty good one. Here's a real nice one. So I'm gonna come through today and hopefully pick some of these up. I really didn't have any clue how many people actually enjoyed chestnuts. I don't really know what you do with them besides the song, like, you know, roast them on an open fire. But I've had them when I was little, and I'm not a big fan of them. They're kind of like woody, obviously nutty, not great flavor, but maybe if you cook them the right way, they are delicious. I don't really know. Mom wanted me to come in and grab a couple of green tomatoes for the farm market, just because she said a guy was in there this morning and we didn't have any. This high tunnel though is very picked out. I've been cleaning it the past couple days, and so there's really not much in here. If I could just get like 10 or 15 tomatoes though, that's all I would really need. Maybe I'll go up to the upper one and see what I can find up there, because these need to grow. The weeds have kind of gotten bad here, but they're not horrible. I'm actually going to turn this on. Actually, maybe I'll flush it first. That's good. Shut that off. Turn this on. Turn that on. And now we are dripping all these tomatoes underneath the ground. The water goes out of the hydrant, up the edge of the greenhouse, hits the header line, and then goes underneath, and then comes out again down here, which in a couple minutes this will get pumped up, and you'll be able to tell the water running through it. And we'll let this water for around an hour, hour and a half, just to keep these tomatoes going, because although the plants aren't looking the best, there's still a lot of tomatoes in here. This is the upper high tunnel, which is around twice the size. A lot more tomatoes. I haven't had all these picked off yet, so I should be able to find what I'm looking for, no problem. Yeah, I'm already seeing nicer ones, but I'm very picky. There's two nice ones, it looks like, maybe three. They're not huge, but they're gonna have to do. So I've said it around 3 or 4 times now over the past couple months, and this is probably gonna be the last time that I say it, but you guys have been asking, or a couple of you have been asking, what happened to Frank. Frank does not work here no more. We had absolutely no problems. He was great. We got along with him awesome. Just we came to the winter season. He needed another job because we didn't have that much work for him, and he ended up really liking that job, and he stuck with it. And so he is now there working. I actually was just in contact with him yesterday or 2 days ago because he forgot his chainsaw here, and we chatted for a little bit, just, you know, asked each other how the other was doing, and, you know, that's about it. He might stop in, like I said, to pick up his chainsaw, but that's about all. He's not going to be doing no work, that's for sure. So yeah, Frank's good, and I don't think you will be seeing him back here on the farm, but you never know. Who knows? He could not like his job or just really want to come back, and I'm sure that we would take him back. It's kind of getting towards the end of the season now to where we don't need him. We have the 3 guys, like I was just saying. They're awesome. They're very reliable. Well, they're pretty reliable. There's only been like 1 or 2 days that they missed, which isn't very many considering the workers we've had in the past. And sometimes you just can't count on them whatsoever, and that's really bad. These guys don't miss many days at all, and they're good. So we want to keep them around because they like us, and, you know, obviously we like them. So now I'm down here at our lower coal crop field. Cabbage is really starting to grow. This is the flat cabbage. So I'm going to first focus on broccoli here, which also looks really nice. That's beautiful. My mom already has some out there, but I figured while I'm down here I'll just pick a couple. There's also not a lot on. Yeah, when I said a couple, I really wasn't kidding. There's literally 2. Maybe I'll pick this guy. But now I'll get cabbage. Cabbage, when it's young, is very light and airy. Kind of how it is here, but it's beautiful. This is the only variety out of the 3 that we grow, though. I'm going to be able to pick just because the other stuff isn't ready. But we don't have any left at our market, so we got to have something. Jeez, is that a spider? Or was it a leaf? I don't know. It's gone now. But it looked big. And then the last thing down here for today will be kale. You can see how we trim these, like the first 7 bushes there. And then here, we didn't trim them at all yet. Look at the size of these. Just enormous. I just go through and cut everything off that I know I'm gonna use or pick. 3, 4. That's already a huge bundle. Cut the end of those stems off. And that's it right there. So I just got out here to the farm market and got everything inside and set up. And so now I came outside. I like to show you guys around like every 3 to 5 days, just to show you what everything's looking like. We still have beautiful zinnias, all sorts of different colors. There's red, here's purple, there's pink. There's obviously some dying off, but there's still even coming out into blossom. Here's a really nice yellow. And so this is all the zinnias. You can get these 10 for $5, sorry. And we have signs right over here by the road, just showing everybody on the highway driving by. Then we have our decorated sign with the beautiful flowers underneath. Turn into the parking lot, and that's when you see all of our fall decoratives. We were getting low on mums, so mom just got another shipment in. Here's this maroon, I think with the yellow centers, the rust. This looks like a different colored yellow that she got now. It's like more orangey, and that's like obviously the bright yellow. Then back there is like a lighter purple, which is a big seller. Around here might be that same purple opened up, I'm not 100% positive. Here we have white, which are like as perfect as it gets. Asters, she got more of the tricolored. They're the new ones, and these are the ones that we had left. You can see the difference coming out into flower and not. She got a couple celosia and a ton of the big grasses that we sell for $23. These are a huge seller. And then across the front porch here is all of our pumpkins, all the ornamentals, Punkymons, regular gourds, Orangitas, Casperitas. Back there is the butternut acorn spaghetti. We're getting low on our Hubbard squash, which we're going to be getting today, and we're very, very low on our stackers, which again we're going to be getting probably 2 bins of those. Then over here we have white pumpkins, and for some reason these grew a little bit funny, but I think they're cool. It's like a tan one. And then we also got to get some more sugar pumpkins, because again this was overflowing, and you can see how far down it is. We got a bag corn today, and we should have enough corn stalks to get us through the weekend. I kind of hope we do, and I kind of hope we don't, because I obviously want it to be busy. I was going to go inside and show you what the whole setup looks like, but there's customers in there, and I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable with the camera in their face. So hopefully if I come out later, I can get that video. So I just got back. The guys should be starting to bring stuff in soon. Here's the red beets they got and the eggplant. Before lunch, they should have some peppers in here. We're actually just about all of them in here, which is only like a half hour away. I'm heading down to the potato storage. Dad has the wagon down there. Last time he harvested or dug potatoes, he got like 50 or 60 baskets, which was the most we've dug yet this season. So I'm gonna go check those out, show you what they look like, and hook up to the wagon because we're gonna head out for pumpkins after lunch. This is our potato storage. You can see how we have obviously an insulated garage door on the front, and then around the whole entire thing, it's buried underneath the ground, besides, you know, the walls right here. And so this is why it makes it an excellent potato storage. Wow, that's a cool sight to see. He obviously dug a lot more reds than whites. Looking pretty good. Skins are definitely getting tougher, and it doesn't look like they skinned up near as bad because we had rain before he dug, which makes a world of difference. And so now we'll just use these as we need them. We're gonna start really getting into bagging the 50-pound bags now. So we'll go through all these in like a week. That's really not much at all. You can see their baskets, they're all colorful. Red, orange, yellow. Marcus is that, well, actually he's just coming up now from getting probably jalapeno and cherry. It's about lunchtime. Oh, there's Daisy. I don't really know what all these bell here are for. We've now moved out here into the pumpkin field after lunch. We're starting with stackers. We went through and basically just cleaned the entire field up to this point, and you can see all the different colors. There's this variety that's kind of like cotton candy, there's orange, there's regular pink, there's blue, and there's white. We're gonna keep going through here until we get 2 full bins, and then we're gonna move over here, which this is all sugar, and we'll start cleaning this. We definitely will not run out of anything, but we're not gonna have any extra either. So you can see there on the wagon, we have a full bin of stackers. On the right of that is a full bin of sugars. And now what we're doing is topping off and filling our last bin with big, large pumpkins. I didn't know they were there. These are not huge. We grow all sorts of different varieties, but they're like a medium-sized, larger pumpkin. We have huge ones that are like hard to carry. These are like more basketball sized and a little bit bigger. But as soon as we get this, then we're gonna head off to the farm market and unload them. I'm obviously the one in the light green. Eric is the one in the tan shirt. And then Marcus is the one in the gray shirt. And then Francisco is the one up on the wagon stacking. Basically, we're all just going around finding the nicest pumpkins we can and then carrying them right over to Francisco where he can fill the bin. So with that being said, that's what I'm gonna call it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. And always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.